Does anyone else just love wolves? Such majestic creatures who are so cute and fluffy and just make my heart melt. But be careful though, they do have a vicious side. One snoot boot too many, or not enough belly rubs, and they can turn into vicious killing machines who can rip out your insides in the blink of an eye. In today's story, we're going to go through one of the most aggressive wolves of all time, who terrorised a region of France and became more lethal than Ted Bundy. It's time for the mystery of the Bête de Gevaudan. French was never my strong point. Welcome to your favourite day of the week, everyone, and on the 30th of June in 1764, 14-year-old Jean Belay was tending to her livestock in the French province of Gevaudan, a secluded region in the safety of the Margeride Mountains, made up of rocky landscapes and vast woods, where life was peaceful. But all that changed on this fateful day when Jean became the first recorded fatality of a mysterious creature who would go on to terrorise the population of Gevaudan for the next 3 years, killing many, and would soon become known as the Beast of Gevaudan. However, this wasn't the Beast's first attack, as just 2 months prior and 12 kilometres away, another young woman named Mary Jean Vallée was attacked while tending to her moo-moo cows. But luckily for her, the beast was driven away by the livestock, and she described the beast as like a wolf, yet not a wolf. Of course, tending to any livestock is a dangerous task, as it attracts many predators. However, the absolute barbarity of these attacks made the population of Gevaudan take notice. The beast lacerated his victims with such intensity it could not have come from a feeding instinct and more of a desire to inflict pain. Saucy bastard. The following month saw the beast tear apart the town with terror, as it began not only preying on the men,
but the women. And the children too.
August the 8th saw another girl killed, and in her last breaths, describing the attacker as a horrible beast. The same month, a young boy disappeared, only to be found partially eaten. At the time of the attacks, the French were in a slump after losing battles to Prussia, the British, as well as King Louis XV losing overseas colonies on the back of the 7 Years' War. The attacks of this mysterious beast provided the perfect opportunity for the community to rally around, with there being an abundance of reports in the press about encounters with the animal. The terrified populace of Gevaudan did not sit idle, as stories of bravery coming out in the papers enchanted the public to do something about it. Rewards and bounties were placed on the head of this beast, and hunting groups began going out looking for the creature. The captain of the local infantry, Jean-Baptiste Duhamel, and regional government delegate Etienne Lafont were joined by roughly 30,000 volunteers in order to hunt down the beast. Traps with poisonous bait were left, and some volunteers even took up the hobby of cross-dressing in order to attract the Bête de Gevaudan. The reward for stopping the monster was equal to a year's salary, so motivation was high to stop the carnage. The hunt also offered the hunters a chance to redeem their honour after the bad experiences during the recent 7 Years' War. On October the 8th in 1764, hours after a vicious attack, the beast was spotted at Château de la Baume.
Hello there.
Stalking herdsmen. The hunters chased the animal into the estate woods before driving it into open ground. A volley of musket fire sounded off into the creature. However, after the fall, the beast rose up again and ran off. The hunters reported that it was too powerful and cunning to be captured. Hunters who are in pursuit have never been able to stop it because it is more agile than they are, a local French paper reported. Local infantry captain Duhamel described the beast as having a chest as wide as a horse, a body long as a leopard, and red fur with a black stripe. Duhamel concluded, "You will undoubtedly think, like I do, that this is a monster hybrid, the father of which is a lion. What its mother was remains to be seen." Other witnesses said it had supernatural abilities, and it could walk on its hind feet, and its hide could repel bullets, and it had fire in its eyes, and it came back from the dead more than once, and had amazing leaping ability. That was a long list. Word of this legendary creature now began to spread all across France, with hunters coming to the province of Gevaudan in order to try and claim the reward. A father and son duo, who claimed to have over 1,000 confirmed wolf kills, came to the region in order to hunt wolves, even though no one knew if the beast was actually a wolf. They believed it to be a Eurasian wolf which was local to the region, and they went on a gigantic wolf cleanse, but the attacks seemingly still continued. By December of 1764, rumours had begun circulating that there may actually be 2 of these beasts behind the killings, due to such a high number of attacks in short space of time, and many of them being reported at simultaneous points in time. Accounts vary whether the creature was with another of its kind or being accompanied by its young. January of the next year saw a group of unlikely heroes arise in this story. 10-year-old Jacques Portefeuille and a group of 7 friends were attacked by the beast. However, Portefeuille managed to lead an overwhelming counterattack, with the group sticking together and driving the monster away with sticks. The attack on the group came to the attention of King Louis XV, who gave them a financial reward as well as an education paid for by the crown. The children's heroic prompted Louis to help find and kill the beast, and in June 1765 he sent his own personal gun bearer and bodyguard, Francois Antoine, along with his son and a detachment of men in order to bring the beast into check and succeed where others had failed. It seems Louis's royal intervention had paid off, as on September the 20th, Francois killed a ginormous grey wolf measuring 80 centimetres high, 1.7 metres long and weighing 60 kilograms, which was on the largest side of fully grown grey wolves. Antoine was hailed as a hero, being awarded with money and titles, and the wolf was stuffed to be shown off in the royal court of Versailles. The province of Gevaudan was now saved from this mysterious creature, and everyone lived happily ever after in a lovely fairy tale ending. Okay, that didn't happen, as only 2 months after, the attacks started up again. This time though, the beast seemed fiercer, and more fearless, as it wasn't as frightened as cattle as it was previously. So there was rumours it was actually a new creature this time. The beast went on an absolute tear for the next 18 months, killing roughly 30 to 35 people. However, the king didn't really give a shit, as he believed that the beast Antoine killed was actually the beast that was causing the terror, so he didn't offer much help this time. With no help from the king, local noblemen organised a hunt on June the 19th, 1967, after sudden outbreaks of attacks. Local farmer Jean Chastel, who had been involved in a previous hunt but was thrown in prison by Antoine for leading his men into a bog, shot and killed the beast on the slope of Mount Mouchet. A post-mortem of the beast revealed human remains inside the creature that was killed, and the beast of Gevaudan had been slain at last. The attacks finally stopped, but the mystery remained. What was this beast that terrified the region of Gevaudan for 3 years? Even now, no one is sure what was actually causing these attacks, but several theories have been put forward. The most prominent one, and probably the most boring, is the creature as it was described. The creature is exactly as it was described, a Eurasian wolf, or a pack of Eurasian wolves. The animal was native to the region, and hundreds of wolf attacks were reported in France between the 16th to 19th century. The frequency of these attacks suggested it was not a single wolf. However, none of the victims seemed to contract rabies, a disease wolves commonly carried at the time. But that is an extremely boring theory, and witnesses at the time didn't actually describe the beast as a wolf. It was consistently described as something else, as large as a horse, with a reddish-grey mane and a strong tail. There's theories the beast could have been an escaped wild animal, such as a lion or hyena. Most people in France would have never seen animals like this, so they would appear like mythical beasts. Other pseudoscience theories suspect a dog-wolf-human hybrid, an armoured war dog, or a werewolf. More unrealistic suggestions are that it was an extinct prehistoric predator, such as a bear dog, direwolf, or hyenodon. but the idea of such a large extinct animal evading detection for so long was a bit implausible. One final theory is that it was actually a human serial killer, as many of the victims were reported decapitated, something few animals could actually do. Those who support this theory believe the human used an armoured war dog to carry out the killings, which explains its strange appearance and how it shrugged off musket shots. The most accepted theory today is that the beast was an Italian wolf Canis lupus italicus, or a Tasmanian tiger imported to France from Oceania. But without any genetic evidence or DNA testing, the Bête de Gevaudan will always remain a mystery in history that we will never be sure of, because it was aliens. That's the end of the video. Subscribe, like it. See you later. Peace.